Yeah, the other guy's coming just a minute. We're gonna try to make it pretty quick for you.
Okay. Is my camera on?
I don't think so.
Should be.
Let's see.
There we go.
Oh shit, there it goes. Oh yeah. What's up, dude? How's your hand feeling?
A lot better. The swelling's gone down and everything, but I get surgery tomorrow at 11.
Yeah. Oh, damn. Surgery. Yeah. What part of your hand did you break?
It's the bone by my index finger. So it feels like my finger's dislocated, but it just kind of pushed down, I guess, at the knuckle.
Yeah, I broke like this part right here. That's same thing.
Yeah, it's just kind of a throbbing pain. It's more annoying than anything now because I can use the other 3 fingers.
Yeah. So your first fight in UFC, that was with Christian Rodriguez, huh?
Daniel Rodriguez.
Daniel Rodriguez. Got the name wrong. Hey, Brendan, shut up. Dude, that's a tough first fight, man. That's a tough one.
Yeah, no, it definitely was. I took it though without hesitation.
He got to. I mean, right?
Yeah, exactly. That was my way in, but I definitely wish I would have more time to prepare for that because I honestly didn't know too much about D-Rod going in.
This is Brendan. This is the other guy.
Hey,
How you doing, boss?
good. How are you?
Good.
You
Yeah, so I actually saw, I mean, this is a little pre-fighting, but you had a little football career before that too?
Yeah, I played Pop Warner a lot when I was younger, and that's kind of what I wanted to be when I grew up, I guess, when I was a kid.
When did you transition over to martial arts?
Probably when I was 16, I started training MMA.
Yeah. Okay. Did you start with grappling? Because
No, I kind of started with a little bit of everything. When I was a kid, I was real into boxing, so it was a lot of boxing in the garage, and then I did karate for like 3 years. A little after that, and then I started doing jiu-jitsu when I was 16. But it was a little bit of everything. It was an MMA gym, so we had wrestling coaches. My wrestling coach is probably the best coach there, and then other than that, we have a few striking coaches in and out. I've had a bunch of good boxing coaches kind of in and out as well.
Yeah, I saw 9 of your 10 wins are by submission. I mean, this last win was your first win that wasn't by submission. Is that something? Do you go in there looking for the submission, or is it you just kind of find yourself in that spot every fight?
I definitely look for the submission, try to finish guys. I like standing and stuff, but if I see opportunity to take a takedown, I'm gonna shoot for it.
Yeah, no, 100%. What was your amateur career like? How many did you have? Did you have a bunch of amateur fights before you transitioned into pro, or?
Just 5, and I had 4 submissions. No, I had 3 submissions, a decision, and a TKO.
Oh, that's awesome, man. That's awesome. Yeah, one thing we see is like a lot of fighters don't have a very long amateur career, and I don't know like if that translates well into pro. Some people it may work, some people may not. Like I feel like it's definitely good to have 5+ fights as an amateur. And I guess it kind of depends.
No, I agree. I think it's best to get as much experience as you can before you go pro. Because the amateur record kind of disappears. And you see guys with bad amateur records, but they get the experience and then go undefeated as pro.
Mm-hmm. And now I know this last fight was Elder. He took that on short notice because your last opponent got COVID. I feel like a lot of people ask the guy who took the fight on short notice how it is for them. But how was it for you? I mean, you had prepared this whole camp for another fighter, and then all of a sudden a new guy stepping in. How does that affect you and how you prepare for the fight?
There wasn't too much of a difference. I had a lot of hiccups in that camp too. Like I was sick for everybody around here got sick. It seemed like for a while. So I was on antibiotics like 3 days before the fight. That Wednesday, I think I was done with them. And I hurt my knee a little bit. But for Kosi, we were just kind of game planning to be a little bit sharper everywhere because both the guys seem pretty well rounded. Elder seemed like more of a stand-up guy, or I guess Kosi seemed like a stand-up guy too. He just a different style.
Did you know much about Elder beforehand?
No, I didn't know who he was at all. But as soon as it was him and one other guy to kind of pick through, and the other guy was 7-1. Elder was 7-0. So I was kind of leaning towards the guy with the loss on his record, but Elder seemed exciting, so I knew there was going to be a lot more movement in that fight opposed to fighting the other guy.
Totally.
Okay. What do you see? What kind of matchup? Well, that's a question, I guess. What kind of matchup do you like? Do you like to stand and bang, or do you prefer to grappling?
I like to stand and bang. I like guys that will stand and bang, but especially when I'm fighting on this high of a level, I'm trying to win. So wherever I can beat the guy, I definitely want to take him there. But especially in the gym, I love standing and banging. That's one of my favorite things to do.
You're welterweight, right?
Yes, I used all my amateur fights were at 55, and my first 3 pro fights were at 55. But after that, it's just that cut got kind of hard. But I'm 188 right now, and I've been eating candy, cake, and everything else since that fight. So I'm usually walking around like 85 before I cut. But if they made that 65 weight class, and I've said this a bunch of times, that's where I fight.
That's what everyone says. That 65 weight class would be a game changer. Think it'd be a very competitive division.
Yeah, the same here.
Yeah,
It'd be
perfect.
If not one of the best divisions.
Yeah, but it wouldn't be so much weight cutting. I know the welterweights are stacked right now too. Like Usman and Hamza are so fucking big, dude.
Yeah, exactly. I actually watched Hamzat fight live the last time. It was my first UFC event I went to, and he's tall.
What did you think about that Burns Hamza fight?
I liked it. I wanted to see Burns get the win. I love watching fights in my weight class too. And then Hamzat had so much hype going into that fight, so it was good to see him kind of get pushed.
Yeah.
I think for a lot of people, like especially like the more casual fans, they just finally realized he was human.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it was nice to see him. Gilbert's a dog, and I mean, they'll fight again. He owes Gilbert one because Gilbert was number 2, and he took the number 11 guy. So,
yeah.
I mean,
so where do you train out of? Do you have other pro guys in your gym? Is it a pro gym or is it kind of a smaller gym?
It is a smaller gym, but we have quite a few fighters, about a dozen amateurs and a half dozen pros.
Okay.
A few good ones. I have Kuba Kashuba. He's a Polish guy. We have the same manager. He's 5-0 or 6-0. And then Steve Kozlow. Steve Kozlow is another one, a good guy. I think he's 5-0 as well. And then Trey Waters, another good pro. So we have quite a few good pros in here.
Yeah, that's awesome. You get to train with people that train is on the same high level as you. You get to learn a lot.
Exactly. No, it's important.
What do you think about this Chandler and Tony Ferguson fight?
I'm excited to see it. I didn't know it was coming up so quick, but that's going to be a really good one.
Yeah,
it'll be interesting to see.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Someone's trying to call me, so I guess it muted me.
That's what it was. I was like, okay, technology. Yeah, no, dude, Chandler's that's a big lightweight too.
Oh yeah, he gets up to like 190. That's why I'm thinking about going down to 55.
Yeah, I mean, I think you got the skill set to do whatever. I think I watched some of your fights and I was just like, damn. I mean, the hype was real around. Like Daniel Cormier was saying, like this kid's good, but you're fighting, Rodriguez, so it was like it's tough first fight.
Definitely, but even still, for that fight, my mindset was kind of off. I definitely should have. I was having too much fun. I was being slow, kind of like just going through the motions, like a sparring match, opposed to actually being mean and trying to get in his face and land some hard punches or get him down. And you can even see a few of the shots that I took were delayed.
Right. I mean, it's kind of, I guess, what I expect. I mean, if I would never be at that level of fighting, but if I was in there, dude, my first fight, I'd be like, am I really around these people? It'd be all in my head,
Right. That's exactly where I was.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's definitely a mental thing. I'd just be like, is that Danny Cormier? Is that Joe Rogan? Is that whoever commentating the fight? It's just like, damn, it's a big first step. So with surgery and everything, when do you think you'll be able to fight again?
Sorry, my phone blows up at the worst time. Does that mess up the video? I wish I could figure out.
I mean, it goes quiet a little bit, but it doesn't mess anything up. When do you think that you'll be able to fight again after surgery?
I'm hoping before the end of the year, definitely. So October to November. They said it'll be 12 weeks recovery after the surgery to punch again, but 8 weeks to work out again. And I've had a similar surgery on my right hand, and they said the same thing. And I was back to training 2 weeks when I got the cast off, just kind of doing light stuff to stay in shape. And then after 8 weeks, started punching, and then 12 weeks trying to just throw as hard as I can with it. So
yeah. Now, going through your next couple of fights, kind of like how Cheeto Vera's done it. He's climbed the rankings really slow, or opposed to like Hamza, do you want to climb the ranks like pretty fast, or do you want to kind of take your time and get experience in the professional world?
I want to get up there. I want to get a number next to my name, be a top contender, and eventually get the belt. That's definitely my game plan.
Yeah, they finally booked Sean O'Malley, right, like a top 10 guy.
Yeah, that's gonna be a good fight to watch too. This whole card's gonna be a good one.
Yeah. No, this card's gonna be stacked. And then that card in July, the International Fight Week card. Oh man,
Who's on that one?
I know Usman and I think Leon, if that
Okay.
fight's on, and then there's a bunch. But this card on May 7th is like, I think Rose is fighting, Gaethje's fighting, Chandler's fighting. I mean, it's stacked. I mean,
Definitely.
I like watching the prelims too. So
Yeah, I'm definitely tuning into both those cards, especially this one this weekend. Too many good fighters.
You definitely weren't the first fighter to tell me that you don't watch a lot of fights. That like you do it for a living. You're training all the time. Like I don't know that I would. I don't know that I would either.
Yeah.
But shit. I mean, I don't know what else I got for you. So we make this one quick. Yeah, man. I think that's all we got for today. Quick 15 minutes. We appreciate you for coming on.
No problem at all. And we can do this again anytime. My schedule's pretty open. Yesterday I had one at 3:30, so that's why I guess I assumed this one was 3:30 too.
Yeah,
and didn't look at my
I'm
email right
ADHD
before.
as fuck, and I get my shit mixed up all the time. So
Exactly.
It's not
Same here. We just got done training a little bit too. We went noon to about 1:45, so I was right out of training, going to get lunch, and then my manager called me and was like, "Hey, you're on in 2 minutes."
Yeah, no, 100%. I'm sure your schedule some days is like back to back to back to back. But I'm gonna keep in touch with you. I'll send you and your manager my number, so y'all have that. My email, y'all have that, and I'll just keep in contact with you. I like building relationships. You're pretty cool, dude.
Yes, sir.
Definitely like the connection.
Definitely. Well, thank you again for having me on, and I'll look forward to talking to you again.
Absolutely, man. You have a great day.
All right, you too.